Excel Electronics presents the Intellivision Gamer.
What is going on, everyone? The Intellivision Gamer here, and welcome to episode 44. I'm your host, and I appreciate you guys being here today. We have a few cool things today. We are going to talk about poll results. I have a special guest. We are going to show a lot of options, get some ideas from you guys as well, see what you like, what you don't like. I have my Intelliclub. Of course, you guys probably saw one just a few minutes before the show, but I'm going to show mine anyway. We have, guest Mike's Gaming Gala. He's going to go over some stuff with us, so we'll welcome him in a minute. We're going to have the Intellivision news. We have mail call. I have a lot of cool stuff. I'm also going to show you what the retro gamer got. I have a little video to show for that. We have a homebrew highlight on Donkey Kong 3 and a quick show update. Now, before we get started, please remember to hit the like button. It does help us out. And if you're new here and like Intellivision content, please consider subbing to the channel. I do post weekly, sometimes daily. We also are on Facebook, Instagram, and now Discord under the same name, Intellivision Gamer. So check those out as well. You'll find all those links in the description, as well as a lot of the stuff we're going to talk about as well. All right, so let's welcome everyone into chat. A lot of people already here. I appreciate that. Super Mega Graphic 64. If you don't hit the like button, then you're a bad person. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Thanks, Cyrus. Salvador saying hello. Welcome, Salvador. Benvril. Hello, everyone. Chris Walker, evening. Hello. Thanks for coming. Kurt Bradshaw, the up-and-coming homebrew collector. This guy puts a new few homebrews. Seems like every week. I keep telling him it won't be too much longer, and he's going to catch up to me. Mike's Gaming Gala, what's up? Retro Bliss, what's going on, Phil? Good to see you. Everyone's saying hi. Steven, what's going on, GS? Cyrus says, Casey says that if you all don't want to hit the like button, then that's okay. He'll understand. He'll be okay. No, it's okay. Don't worry about him. He'll be fine. All right, Michael Hayes, good to see you. More overtime tonight. You work a lot sometimes I work a lot like that, and then other times I'm on a kick lately where I'm not working. I mean, my regular 40 hours, but not overtime. PJ Smith, what's going on? Sean, what's going on, Sean? Good to see you as well. Roger, what's going on, Roger? Good to see you in chat and not lurking. Try not to miss anyone here. David, what's going on? Good evening. Uh-oh. We got Mr. Poe style. What's up, Poe? Polls are in. Beat him and eat him wins. Oh, Mike is on? Gotta go. Anime Bailey, welcome. I'm glad you made it. Michael, late. Not really. I was a little bit late. Jeff, what's going on, Jeff? Good to see you. If you guys love Switch, then you will love Jeff at Go Game Go. Make sure, if you haven't already, go give him a sub. All right. I believe I've got everyone. Let's go ahead and, I got a quick show update first. Sorry about that. So I planned out the shows. I can't remember if I told you guys this last week, but we're going to do it again. We have episode 45 next week. It's going to be the Wheel Spin show. We're going to have on 3 guests, myself. We're going to spin the wheel, and we're going to play that game. It's a lot of fun. They're all on board. The following week, we're going to have an interview with Harvey Decline, programmer, board creator, and more. He brought us cornhole. He does boards. He does a few other cool things also for things not for Intellivision. So we're going to have a nice interview with him. And we're going to go over, I'll show you a prototype game I have from him, and we're going to go into a little more depth on it when we have him on. For episode 47 is going to be Horse Racing Live, so be ready, Salvador and Roger and everyone else. It's going to always a lot of fun whenever we play Horse Racing Live. Episode 48, I'm going to the SAC Gamers Expo in mid-December, December 14th and 15th. So when I get back, I'll have a lot of pictures and video and show you guys my pickups. And we'll have the rest of the regular show with that as well. And episode 50 to close out the year, we're going to do a year in review We're going to talk about all the homebrews that came out that year, among some other things, and we'll have the regular show segments as well. So it's kind of nice, takes a little bit of weight off me whenever I've got all these things lined out, what I'm doing, and I'm not actually working on it the week of. Yeah, GS says, good job staying out of the doghouse. Well, I mean, we'll get into it more in a bit, but she did tell me about the show that I went to Saturday. It was a small event, not really a show, but, couldn't really say anything. We all went as a family, but I'll tell you guys about that in a few minutes. All right, so channel update. That was show update. Now we got channel update. The original 125 and homebrew gameplay videos are back. If you haven't seen them, I've been really trying to get them going. Man, life's been crazy for me. It is just seems like every single day I've got something going on, and every time I have a little bit of time, I've got a surprise. And, we've also got the Retro Gamer. I'm just trying to get a few. There's not going to be a whole lot of videos, at least at first, on there, but I am trying to get a few of each console ready to go so I can put 1 or 2 up a week. So I do have that kind of close, ready to go. And I'll put a link in the description. If you like other retro content besides Intellivision, check out my other channel. Again, it's not going to be anything like this channel. This channel does get most of my time, but I need a place to play all the other cool stuff that I buy and show off games. So if you like that kind of stuff, go check that as well. So let's go ahead and welcome on Mike of Mike's Gaming Gala, and we'll get to the poll. What's going on, Mike?
Hey, Casey. How's it going?
Thanks for coming on. Always appreciate you taking some time. So you and I are homebrew guys, and I figured it would be good to have you on, and we can talk about the poll results, and we can show off of some of the things that are extras in games. And I actually don't have my own poll up, but it won't take me but a second to bring that up.
I agree, Chris. What's this bum doing on the show? Chris is a good guy. He's one of my channel members. I appreciate Chris a lot.
Okay, let me find the poll here. It's almost there. I guess I posted a lot of stuff there. All right, so let's bring up the poll, then we'll talk about the results, and then we'll start showing some of the stuff. Present. All right, where is it? I think that's it. All right, so I put up a poll on all the groups, and I was hoping that some people would add their own, because there was some that I purposely let off, but I added all these, and we had mini poster, a lighted cart, a patch, a book, special big box, a collector card, 3D printed game piece, and there are other things that I have on my list, but I wanted to see what people thought and what they came up with. So we had mini poster at 19%, lighted cart 19%, patch was 22%, a book or pamphlet, whatever, 22%, special big box 7%, a collector card 4%, and 3D printed game piece 7%. And there's a lot of other cool things that you could possibly have, like, custom coin, contests, to go along with the patch. There's a lot of other
definitely
ideas
talk about some of that when we're talking about special editions.
Yeah. So this, there is a reason I want to be responsible for a homebrew game being put out. Obviously, I'm not a programmer. I am a good, promoter. So I want to do a special edition, take a lot of time, do a lot of extras, and put together a collection. And I'm kind of at the point now where I'm talking to a few different programmers and seeing who can help me out. And that's the last part I need. And then I need to talk to all the usual suspects, the guys for the box and the overlays and the manuals. But I first need to make sure that I can get the game all together. And I need a programmer for that. The games are already made. Like I said, it's a special collection. And then I'm going to work on a lot of these different things. Whatever I can get to put in there, I'm going to try to get as much packed in as I can. But I wanted to get some ideas. Let me catch up on chat here real quick. Roger says, looks like you've been working on your game display, Casey. Cleaning up and reorganizing is one of my favorite things. I have to constantly do that because I buy stuff, I stick it up there on the shelf, and things get messy from showing it off on the show. and I'm constantly, when I get a few minutes, coming up here and trying to reorganize it. Salvador,
There's something innately satisfying about like sorting a collection. I don't get to do it very often, but like just rearranging your shelf and then looking at it, and it's like, oh, it's so nice.
And it's not, I mean, I'm never reorganizing my collection. That would take literally weeks, but like I do work on these shelves back here or try to rearrange things where I can get to them. And what's
especially
going on,
if it's on camera.
Yeah, especially if it's on camera. Sometimes you'll see, like down here, you see some boxes sitting there, and those will be gone soon. But I had some other stuff up here too. As long as it's not like a big amount, it doesn't do too much, but I still don't like having it there. So as far as the poll, were you at all surprised at any of those percentages?
Well, I did vote in it. I voted patch. I've always loved patches personally. But as we dive deep, like mini posters, like when I used to get my NES games and they'd have like that mini poster with the checklist on the back, you know, I'd put those up on my wall. But nowadays, a mini poster just stays folded in the box all the time. Like I never get any use from it. Honestly, so do patches, so do books, so do, like I might flip through the book. 99.999% as a collector, it just stays in the box. And I have always been terrible. Like I've been good the last few years. I stopped ordering from them, but just the limited run special editions. And you get like, oh, it comes with like 2,000 stickers and a cardboard play set and all this. I'm never going to touch any of that. And it comes with this massive box. And where the heck am I going to put it?
Yeah.
And it is a sickness in some way, but there are certainly things I agree. Books and patches for me, and they were the highest in the poll. I would say of the options there, they're the biggest ones for me. Chris Walker voted for inflatable. Well, he'd get a lot of use out of that one, I'm sure.
And Chris, you could have added it in if you've seen it. Cyrus says, I'm never reorganizing my collection. That would take literally weeks. Sheesh, we get it, Casey.
Yeah, if you want to see something really terrible, you kind of forced my hand and made me do a game room tour.
I called you out.
I got posts on that was like, okay, what's the difference between collector and hoarder? What's the It's not organized.
They're not far apart.
No, they're not far apart.
Yeah. Mike is sounding like my wife.
You know what?
Have a sickness.
But you know what? I'm down with the sickness.
That's an old one. So what your favorite one is the mini poster? Is that what you said?
No. That's
patch.
Low on my list. Patch is what I voted for. I love patches. Might as well just start showing some stuff, right?
So let me ask you this. On a patch,
okay,
would it be included in there for everyone? Or would you rather see, like in the old days, how, okay, you play it, get a score, and I will mail you a patch?
I like to be able to buy a patch because I'm not that great at all these games. And sometimes you really want a patch, and it's like, well, damn it, I'm not good enough. Champ Games, they're Gorf Arcade. You can, if you get a high score, like above a certain amount on the different difficulty levels on original hardware, you're not allowed to emulate to get the score. They will mail you a patch. And that's really cool. I should try to get a patch. I think I could probably get one of them, but there's a different patch for like all the different difficulty levels. That's really cool. I like that. But if we're going to talk about, like here are a couple Odyssey 2 homebrew patches that Michael Thomason from Good Deal Games made for his 2 homebrews. And they're phenomenal. Both of them just have the box art on it. Yes, I want a participation patch. In a lot of cases, that's the only patches I'd be able to get. Although I do have some Retro Bliss Ninja cards. Retro Bliss should give away free patches instead.
That would be, those cost a little more, I think, but a patch would be cool too.
Patches cost a lot more than the little cards, yes. So when it comes and I have been so busy in my personal life and all that. And I know you have too lately.
I totally get it.
In the summer, I was starting to talk about, okay, what are ideas that could help publishers out, that could help the community out as a whole? And I haven't really followed up too much on this, but when you said you wanted to talk about special editions, for comparatively little money, let's say you throw a patch and a mini poster in with your game, and then you get a roll of, like, you go to Vistaprint, you could get a roll of 100 stickers for like $15 that say special edition. You put the patch in, and like all of that costs you maybe $5 extra per game. You put the mini poster and the patch, and then slap a sticker on the box and sell 2 versions. And that way, simultaneously, yeah, like you come out. So one of the things that I mentioned that I really didn't like about how some Intellivision stuff is sold is it's the fear of missing out model, the FOMO model, where it's like there's only 100 of these, get them now or you'll never be able to get them. So having a special edition and a regular edition allows you to still have some of that fear of missing out. If you put $5 worth of extra stuff that people are never actually going to use and slap a sticker on the box, people are going to pay $20 more for it. So special edition is $90, a regular edition is $70. Diehard collectors like yourself are going to buy one of each, or maybe even multiple of each, right? People are going to buy, you're going to upsell some people, they're going to buy the special edition. They're going to have the fear of missing out, they buy the special edition. And then for the rest of us, you're still providing that game to the community as a regular edition. And when the special edition's gone, it's gone. And that, that's going to boost your sales at the start, and not hurt the community, and that people come in and you're like, oh, wow, I really want that game, not available. I really want that game, not available. And so special editions, yeah.
You have a choice if you want to pay more and have all the cool extras, or some people just want the game and they don't care about that stuff. You can pick whichever version you want.
Like I said, I used to be a sucker for that limited run special edition, have all the crap in it. And some of that crap is really cool. It sits in the box, but it's really cool. I buy like my copy of Norseman. I got the copy that had the extra 3D piece in it. And this little music sheet. Let's find the little, there it is. The little helmet. I used it in my intro. If you recall my Norseman intro. But little stuff like this, and this version cost more than the other. Even though I have a 3D printer, I could make this easily. And, do I really need this little poster? No. But special editions, if we're talking about what I like most, not all games can do this. But games with the story, if you're going to put, have a special edition and put stuff in there, I love to see when people make things like from the game. So if we had, and an idea of how to do that really cheaply. So Star Mercenary, brilliant game, Time Magazine game published by Electronite.
Oh yeah, that's a great game, shooter.
Yeah, fantastic shooter. Have some RPG elements. If you were going to put a patch in there, don't put a patch of the box art. Put a patch of like the Star Mercenary core, right? The unit that you're supposed to be in, like an actual kind of paramilitary patch, as if that was from the game. That would be really cool. Or another thing you could do, and you could just pick these up on like AliExpress, is, on jets, they have this, pull this tag before takeoff, those little tags that go everywhere. You can pick up keychains like that. Throw one of those in there. Really, really cheap way to kind of upsell. And then, like I said, slap a sticker on it that says special edition, cellophane, and you can now charge $20 more for that copy when it only costs you an extra $5.
I like the goodies, and I do open it up. It makes for a great video. I do look at them.
Always look at them. They just always go back in the box.
Yeah, they always go back in the box. I don't put posters up because I have to have it complete. Now, sometimes if it's something I really like, I will get 2 still, and I will open that one to do things and play and look around and have it just, whatever I need to do with it. But when I have 1, I really don't want to mess with it too much. But with the YouTube stuff, I open a lot more stuff that I never would open before. Let me catch up on chat here really quick. Sure. Roger says, I agree. Everything that comes in the box usually stays in the box. So knickknacks, posters, and extra stuff is kind of irrelevant and just an added cost. I'd rather see extra money put into the box.
That's fair. I would argue that most Intellivision homebrew, particularly the Intellivision collector and Electronite stuff with the gatefold box, like that box doesn't need to be any better. It fits perfectly in with the rest of your Intellivision collection.
Yep. Maybe book style with tray or trifold. Something else that I had thought of too is I've seen it before. 3D printed little tray, like a little stand. And then they had pieces made from the game, like for Star Mercenary, you'd have the little ship or, so you had this little display thing for the game. And I would do stuff like that for something that I really liked, like my top favorite games, have this little display stand with 3D printed pieces from the game. I have a couple of those, and I thought those are really cool. That just popped in my head whenever he said...
My problem with 3D printed stuff, so... I think some people are aware, not many people are aware, but if you watch any of my videos with all the props and stuff that I have, you might have an idea. I, for 12 years, ran the Toronto Prop Expo here up in Canada. And it's people who reproduce movie props, television props, video game props, historical props, stuff like that. And a raw 3D print, particularly a filament print, does nothing for me. It looks lazy. It looks amateur to me. And I know, like, I've got 3D printers. I've got, like, if you're going to make something nice, you got to finish it, or at least print it in resin. So it's a nice, clean print. So little things like, I didn't bring it out with me, but GoSub has the little characters, 3D printed characters in it. They're nice. It's nice that they added something, but it doesn't do anything for me. That little helmet, from Norseman, that's supposed to be part of a game a board game that they're going to be coming out with, but it doesn't really do a lot for me. It's nice that it's in there. If you're going to put something in there, I like it to be a little more polished, personally, than 3D printed stuff.
I agree with you, but if it's the same price and I have a few goodies in there,
if it's the same price, I'm going to pick it up anyway.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I have come along, pretty far of liking 3D printed stuff. And depending on what it is, I used to not like it all. Like you said, it looks kind of rough. But I have seen some stuff that I do like. But I totally agree with you on that.
And not all 3D prints are created equal.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Salvador, I would also vote for a lit cartridge as long as you call it lit and not lighted. Cyrus says, as much as I don't like FOMO model, there are a lot of collectors that actually want that model. They want to have the super rare thing nobody else can get. It's a big driver for a lot of dudes. Well, the one I'm doing, I'm not doing it to make any money. So I just want to be responsible. It's kind of like a bucket list for me. I want to be responsible for a special edition of a game. So basically what I'm going to do is all the people that do their parts, pay them whatever their fee is, get it together, pay for all the things that go in it. And I'm going to try to cram as much stuff as I can that makes sense and, that I can get something done right.
And I'll say with that,
like,
yeah. And like I said, I feel the same way about the FOMO model, but having like a special edition, at least then that model makes it so that people can still get the game.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, the game is the important part.
I have stuff back here that is people don't even know exists, stuff that's so hard to get. You kind of had to know somebody just to be on that list. And some people want those games. And if you want them, you have to pay like $500 to $1,000 for a rare item. Why? It's like there should be some version of it. Like what is
Yeah.
it, like Kote Gamers, how they have their regular version and then they have a budget version. And that's really cool for people that, hey, I just want to get the game and play it. I don't, want all that other stuff.
I'm still miffed that the order I made a year and a half ago from Kote Gamers, they won't reply to any message I send them.
It's a pain. I'll have to look up who I finally
I may have to call them out really badly soon. I'm going to try again, but
I finally was talking to someone else that was coming in after all this, and I got results with this person. Let me see if I can find that email, and I'll send it to you.
yeah, just message it to me.
Okay. Remind me if I.
I don't want to tear somebody down, but if I'm waiting a year and a half for the game and you won't reply to my emails, I'm gonna call you out.
Jesse says, I'm still a sucker for it, all the extras. Michael says, is that what it is from Norseman? The little, is he talking about the hat, the helmet?
Oh, yes, that's the helmet that you're supposed to be protecting in the game.
Salvador says, I still haven't opened my campaign supporter copy of Ultimate Ghostbusters.
Neither have I, but when I hit 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away one of my copies.
Woo! Even though I have 5, I'm still going to try.
Pop over and subscribe. You might win a copy of Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah, I guess I need to say that. If you guys aren't subbing to Mike's Gaming Gala, he does a lot of stuff and a lot of Intellivision also. He does a lot of cool intros if you haven't seen them. Some are silly, some are hilarious, some are, just kind of go with the game completely. I love them all, good, bad, or otherwise. And you get to see a lot of versions of Mike. And it's something that's just unique, and I love seeing it. He does a lot of reviews, and I can tell you 100% if Mike says the game is good, the game is good. He's not like me that is just information and I'm going to tell you about it and you make your own. Mike will tell you the truth, good, bad, or otherwise. So if you want those kind of
try not to be too critical, but if it's objectively bad, I will say so.
Mike is going to tell you. So if that's the kind of stuff you like and all the different stuff and the interviews, go give Mike a sub. He's definitely worth it. He's always in my top watched group on YouTube, so I highly recommend it. And I think I have a link. I have a link to a video of his already in the description, and we'll get to that later. Jesse says Feelies are nice though. Anime Bailey, subscribe to Go Game Go. That's great. Jeff is awesome. He said unit from Poe.
That's a typical Poe comment.
A patch of the insignia is a good idea. Yeah,
I like for Pandora Incident too. If you had like the Conestoga or whatever the name of the ship, if you had like as if it was a Nostromo patch, but Conestoga, that would be really cool.
So, what if everyone got a patch, but then I also had the mail-in patches for people that wanted something to do and participate?
I love that idea. Like those Activision patches, people still hunt them down. It's a cool idea.
I'll probably get tired of mailing them off.
it just means I really have to work to get a patch.
Well, I mean, we could do, you could do something for, because I'm going to have a lot of all these, if I get it going like that, if I do a patch, you could have like something for novice players or kids. You could have something mediocre, and you could have I am the man at
different score levels.
Yep. Yeah. And you could collect all 3 if you're good enough, I guess. But
I totally get that kids patch.
Make it easy enough. Like you said, like Poe said, a participation patch. Salvador said, boy, we're way behind here. So game collecting is like Las Vegas. What comes in the box stays in the box.
What's in the box?
Whenever you're doing YouTube videos, though, you got to take it all out. Jesse says, Mr. Postai, I love Steelbook stuff. Oh, I don't know if I read that. Steelbook edition. A lot of the Xbox and other modern consoles, they have Steelbook editions. I don't know if
that's a very common thing now.
I don't think if that's something we would be able to do for this.
It would look like a VHS Steelbox, or it would be like a tin.
It'd probably be quite expensive to have only a handful made. Use a 4D printer, duh. What's going on?
That's when your 3D print smells.
So here is, Jeff of Go Game Go is my Switch guy. This guy is my Xbox guy. He also does Intellivision Sundays. So definitely if you like Intellivision Sunday or Xbox, he has an amazing collection, specializes in controllers. but he has a lot of stuff. So go give him a look-see and sub to him as well. Sean, now this would be good for a particular game, like a story game, a story book that gives a backstory. Yes, that's one of the things. The book, I don't really mean like a full-on book. I'm talking more, what do you call that? Like a pamphlet or
a glorified pamphlet, like something kind of like this Norseman one, where it's not a pamphlet, but it's not really a book either. It's like a thick, perfect bound thing. One of the things, so we all know Police to Avenue Redux, that's already been announced. When I was first talking with William and Carlos, I said, your manual, if you want to really do it right, it should be a little thicker. It should look like a spell book, and you need to have a map in there. And that's just kind of the little, it adds to the feel of the whole package. Now, I don't know if they're going to do that, but like that was my idea, and maybe an idea for a special edition if somebody does a special edition.
So, like, for what I'm planning, there really isn't something like a backstory, but you could put all the games in the collection, all the information, pictures.
Totally. Informational.
You could find. You could do something. It doesn't take a lot. You could have something for people to look at, read, show off. That was my idea there. Now, if it was a game like that was unique, then yeah, like extra story and pictures, and you could go above and beyond. That would be great. I would love that.
Yeah, the story games are the ones that really get my creative juices going.
Yep.
Especially like for my intros, but also for what maybe you could add to them.
So, Salvador, when will I be buying this game you're talking about? It's a collection. All the games are already there. I want to be responsible for a homebrew game. It's kind of like a bucket list. It's a lot of work for someone that doesn't do that kind of thing. I've been talking to programmers. I'm trying to find someone to be able to piece it all together. The rest of it, while will take some time, is fairly easy in my eyes. That first part, it won't go any farther if I can't find a programmer to stick, the most important part of it all together for me. Cyrus says Casey needs to charge people to come look at his stuff like a museum. I don't think I have quite that much stuff. Although I would love to, if you ever come out here in this area, stop by and we can play some games or something. And I'll take you to lunch or something.
And you could totally charge them, apparently.
Roger, what did you order from Cote? I'm assuming that's from you, Mike.
Yeah. It was Norseman 2. I've been dying to do a follow-up to that intro. Non-Intellivision. There was an Odyssey 2 game. Honestly, I'd have to look at my thing. And there was a Neo Geo CD game. That was the Ninja Star one.
I think it was over a year and a few months, and it was piling up. So like the first items were pre-orders, and I knew it was going to take a while. Then I ordered more items and the long play controllers, and I had like a whole bunch of stuff, and it just kept piling up. And it was a little bit of work, but I finally got this different person, and stuff just started coming. And I mean, I'm not saying that everyone's going to get this, but I did nicely complain, and I was sent a gift for my troubles, which I thought was really cool. And it's something I didn't have. It wasn't Intellivision related per se. It was a book, but it was a hardcover book, and I really enjoy those gaming books. So I was quite happy to get it. What a guy. He just gives and gives. We're so far behind. I've forgotten what is that for you.
That was, but I give and give if I hit a milestone. If I hit 5,000, then I'll give away a copy of Ghostbusters Ultimate Edition.
We're way behind. Marbs man, how about me? I forget what that is too. I'm a little bit behind. What's going on?
Probably when you're talking about subscribing. So subscribe to him too.
Ah, okay. Oh yes, I did tell people to subscribe about you. Maybe I didn't see that. If I'm just seeing that.
You did after he had posted that comment. Yeah.
Rev from Intellivision Revolution in the house. Welcome, Rev.
Hey,
Love
Rev.
the intros, Mike. Nicely done. My favorite is Michelle. It's no secret.
Yes, he's Casey's got quite a crush on Michelle.
Only with Mike with the wig. Okay, I did get Intellivision Sunday out late. Yes, it's Intellivision Monday this week. And I actually haven't had a chance to catch that, but I will. He had the award-winning intro with Old Poe. I really like that
was
one.
Infiltrator.
So I know it doesn't always work out, but when you can have other people like Poe or other YouTubers that fit in there, that was really cool to see. I know obviously you're not going to do that all the time, but once in a
I
while,
gotta get Phil into one. I gotta get you into one. I gotta get
I
Dr.
really like
Scott
that.
into one. Yeah.
I was cracking up too with Poe. Code.
Well, Poe is just naturally hilarious too.
Oh yeah. He's like, hold on.
Yeah.
Jeff says, thanks for the sub, Anime Bailey. Everyone's saying hi. Let's see. Marsman, have to say the idea of an Intellivision Steelbook is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I would love it too, but I don't know if that price point would be feasible for the low amount that you would get from an Intellivision homebrew. Even in the old days where you would get 200 to 300, I don't know. I mean, I have no clue what those would run.
Yeah, he would buy the tin. I think he posted that when we were talking to, like, it would be a tin.
Yep. I wonder if that would be possible with the Steelbook. I have no clue.
If you get some kind of custom insert and get a kind of generic, like Chinese made, like AliExpress kind of deal, like tins that would fit what you need, and then you get an insert, like the foam that Kote Gamers puts in theirs.
Yep.
You could pull it off. You'd have to find a way to print on the metal, but it's possible.
Jesse says that XO Collector's edition of the 7800 comes with a novella to get you up to speed on the story and where the game begins.
I do not have the collector's edition of EXO, but
and that I love that kind of stuff too. I do like it, but for what I'm doing, it's not really relevant. But a small pamphlet or book would be. It just wouldn't be story related per se. Maybe a little bit of stuff that's already there. Like I said, I haven't built those items yet. I've kind of got a priority list. First, it was build ideas for quite a while. Then, I'm to the stage now where let's see if I can find a programmer that can put the main part together with all the games. And then from there, it's just let's see what I can do and start piecing it all together.
I don't know what game collection it is. And obviously, you're not sharing that right now. But if you can find, like, it's super cheap. Like, I have a Jurassic Park Jeep, and I go to events like Fan Expo and stuff like that. And I hopped on AliExpress, typed Jurassic Park, and I got like 500 keychains for 25 cents each with the Jurassic Park logo on them. Oh, yeah. And I can sell those at the event for $5 a piece. You could do something like that for, like, for example, let's say the Pac-Man anthology, right? You could get Pac-Man keychains and throw them in there. You could get stuff like... if it's a collection of popular franchise games or something like that, or even something that has something adjacent, like I was saying about those pull before takeoff tags, you can find stuff really cheap to be able to throw in there that people will love.
Yeah, and a keychain. I mean, man, I would have to see if I could buy an extra one, but that's something I would actually use. I have lots of different keys for the different cars, the motorhome, to the shop. It's like I would love to have my work keys. I would love to have a retro gaming keychain in there. We're almost caught up. Mr. Poe says should include an Intellivision Gamer comic where you get into situations like Howard and Nestor and Nintendo Power. I would need help on that one because I'm not a very creative writer. I can think of some fun stuff, but most of my stuff is not proper humor.
It's all about you going to game conventions and picking up stuff and telling your wife that it's for me.
Oh, yeah, we could do that. I'm looking forward to it. By the way, the Midwest Gaming Classic, are you for sure yet? Or are you still...
I'm not for sure. I'm about a 95%. I plan on going.
Like I told you, my wife's going to be there. My whole family will.
We'll shoot some shorts.
We'll have to do a quick short or something. There's something funny there. There has to be. So Marsman says, because if you think about it, Scanavo steelbooks normally use a plastic insert. I've seen this with some of the new steelbooks, so it might only be a matter of the inner tray. And if that, it's too long. Let me go over to the other side here. First time this happened to me.
And if that's the case, then Scango might be able to do it because it is the printing on the metal steelbook is really already done and like possible.
Yep. Salvador says, yes, a perfect bound booklet. That would be really nice.
For stuff that warrants it, it's really cool.
Yeah. I don't want to just throw something in. Oh, look, I added this. But if it's something kind of cool related to the game or the package, and it's something that people might like to have in there. I want to put as much value in that thing as I can, and it'll be fun doing it too. That's the other thing. It's not just, about the package, but like for me, it's going to be a bucket list. Now, this isn't a thing that I want to keep doing. This is just something I want to be one and done.
You can say you did it once.
Yeah, I put out a game. That's something cool for an Intellivision fanboy, a collector, a YouTuber. I was responsible for a game coming out, and look at all this cool stuff. Yeah. So, that's the point of this. It's not to become a publisher. I really don't have time for that or the desire. But I just want to check off that bucket list item. What did I say here? Mr. Poe, an Intellivision box, but steel, that would be awesome, and it could keep my Christmas cookies fresh. Sean says Casey's giving away a spy. Whoa!
I'll be in that draw. I will create 1,000 fake YouTube accounts and enter all of them into that draw. Because it's the only way I'm ever getting a real spiker.
I can't see an Intellivision channel solely like mine getting 5,000 subs, but by the time that happens, I might find an extra spiker, but I only have one, Sean.
You know what? You'd give away a Blue Ranger spiker.
Marsman says that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, that I'll have to check into that. Salvador, I've been in printing for almost 30 years. Sure, you can print on a tin. Not going to be cheap. Yeah. See, I'm not trying to make money on this either. I want to do whatever I can do, keep the costs down, and release a fun, good package for as cheap as possible. Like I said, I'm not out to make anything other than what everything costs. Now, if everything, that I put in was, $58.37, I'm going to do 60. I'm not going to put, $58.35, but I am not, trying to make money on this. It's just, I want to get it out and say, I did this, and hopefully don't get sued. What about Roger?
It's not a Zelda collection, is it?
No.
You get sued.
Anything Nintendo. No, I wouldn't be that crazy. Leslie, what's going on? Welcome. A keychain for my house and car is SMS. What's that? Kinsidin? Cheap from eBay. Yeah, I do know about a lot of those kind of things, promotional items, because running the RC car tracks for years, I did do a lot of that. So I do have actually some contacts for keychains, banners, signs, stickers, like all those kinds of things. Rick, what's going on?
Hey, Rick.
I always say it. This guy's one of the best I know at playing games, especially in television. I found out he can't play them all, but the ones he plays, good luck beating him. It's kind of like Mike with Frogger. Good Lord. Mike, I honestly, I tried and I said I was done and I kept going back and it kept calling me and I'm like, well, I gotta at least get close. I couldn't even get my own score again.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. So with Frogger, I find like once you get that far left one, it's no problem. But as the levels advance, dropping in the far left, getting the frog in the far left one gets more difficult. And so it's almost luck. It isn't luck, but it's almost luck. If you can get that in, then you're going to get a lot more points because you can play the next level.
So I'm skipping comments, but this one's valid. I tried beating Mike and Frogger. It hurt worse than I got close. I was trying too. It's like I had a pretty good score for me. Marsman says, yep, but they have a special equipment and set up to make steelbooks. That is the only reason that they can do it at a reasonable price. They do sell a lot more than this application, but yeah, reasonable price is definitely better. And DJC likes my shirt. I showed it a little bit ago.
Here's the thing. The way that you're just kind of naturally sitting, it's like he's peeking up above the thing, and Chuck is just watching me.
And this is a Slappy piece of art that I put on shirts. Slappy asked me, hey, you should make some shirts with this and send to him. So I did, and I sent shirts to Jeff, Go Game Go, Papa Pete, DJC, and myself. We all got shirts. Cyrus says, so what I'm hearing is Casey definitely is trying to make money on this. No, that's not the point. If I wanted money, I would sell some of all these extras. Poe, but you would be the first with an Intellivision Steelbox. I don't know how much Intellivision collectors care about Steelbox, but I think it would be a cool option.
If it's the only one, they'll care.
Yeah. Operation Shutdown. I tried. Oh, yeah, I read that one. Hi, Chuck. Mine are good. Mike, are you good at Inti Frogger? That's
I haven't played a lot of Intellivision Frogger, but
this
I'm
one
good
was
at
the
Frogger in
arcade,
general.
right? Oh, this was NES Frogger, or was it the arcade? I can't remember.
This one was the main one. It was the arcade
Okay, arcade.
one. But I also
Now
won the
you-
2600 one on the Bliss contest.
You played a different version. What was the version you played? You didn't play.
No, it was the main version, but it was through a web client that had it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Poe says DJC in the house. Yeah, he was the lucky one, the first YouTuber to get his Intelliclub. That was awesome, Chuck. Chuck
I
said,
don't
"Hello,
have mine yet,
everyone."
but Canada Post is on strike.
Oh yeah, that's gonna definitely hurt people up that way. They need to update Frogger with slightly better graphics. Now, Frogger is one of the few games on Intellivision I remember getting as a kid. I got it the same year I got Atlantis. I don't know when that was, but we got those both the same year. Cyrus says Slappy is so awesome. Yes, he is. But I also found out once in a while he does artwork for free for small YouTubers, and it's great. But he will also, if he's not doing things for free, you can say, hey, would you make this for me? And he's very reasonable. I've had him do like my YouTube banners and Facebook banner, and it was, I paid him for it. So that's great. If you guys have things that you want done, he also makes money doing it. This is what he does. Kurt saying hi to DJC. We're almost caught up. Operation Shutdown is here. The legendary Mr. Poe, or Old Man Poe. All right, so I guess I'll show one of them, and then we'll go back to you.
Sure.
You have a few things to show still, right? So
Yeah.
I wanted to show you some different things. So this is a really rare version. And let me see if I can do this here. So this is a really rare version of Copter Command. This is a limited edition big box. And in that was, and I didn't open this to see if there's anything else in here. This is Intellivision Revolution. It had a copy of the regular version of the game. And let me open this. Okay, it looks like just the regular version. It came with a blister card of the Copter Command helicopter. It had, let me see if I get this the right way. I don't really know what this is. It almost looks like
That's foam core.
That
looks like foam core to me.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what it is. It's something.
That's foam in the middle. It might be like a plexi. It might not be card on the outside, but.
So you got a copter piece. And here we go with a patch.
Oh, see, patches are awesome.
And then there were 4 versions of the manual, and all 4 were included. So what else do you have to show as far as we'll just trade off?
Yeah, so why don't I show Ralph Bear's Pinball. This is Odyssey 2. This isn't Intellivision, but we can get ideas from different systems.
Yeah, we're going to show off just special edition extras. It can be from any genre, any console.
So the really special thing about this one is obviously these were signed about a month before Ralph Bear passed away.
Right at the end.
Right at the end. This game was done with his blessing, obviously. He had programmed this game originally. Well, he actually didn't program, but he was commissioned. He got somebody else to program an idea for a pinball game for the Odyssey 2. It never got a release. So the actual game itself has that kind of, I won't really say janky, but janky pinball game. And then they polished it a little bit. So there's 2 versions of Ralph Bear's Pinball. But this artwork, if
back it up a little,
focus.
There we go.
It's just beautiful, and it fits that Odyssey 2 look really, really well.
Yep.
And then inside, he put a ball bearing in every single one, so that's like the pinball, right? There's an Odyssey 2 sticker. There's an Odyssey 2 magnet here. And it was thought that there was not any photos of Ralph Bear with the Odyssey 2, but they found one at Ralph Bear's house, and so they printed a replica of that right there. And that's Ralph Baer playing the Odyssey 2. And then, of course, you've got just a regular manual. But inside it is just kind of a history of Ralph Baer and the game. So
very cool.
Yeah.
So, hey, I've got something new to me here. So up here in the corner, I've got a message saying free up space to continue. Some features on youtube.com might not work until you clear data that other sites have stored on your device. What the heck is that?
I have no idea. I don't see anything.
And then there's a button that says choose sites to clear. Well, hopefully nothing happens. I'm just going to exit out of that thing. And
interesting.
Yeah, that's new to me. All right, so I've got another one to show. So the Cote games, a lot of them come with extras, and there's also a budget version that's a really small box, just comes with the manual, and there is a lot of stuff that comes in these. This particular one has a bunch of random cards, and it almost looks like, like a postcard. There's one of the Intellivision, and it's got information on the back, and there's 80 of 92. Here is some artwork. Some more game. I think it's conceptual art for the game, if I'm not mistaken. Here's a little bit better art.
People in the chat are saying that, like, do you have like 40 tabs open and like 5 programs open and stuff? The hard drive that your operating system is on is probably running out of space.
That's weird. But I'm recording on StreamYard, so there's nothing recording.
Yeah, but so here's the thing. When you've got like 100 tabs open in Google, that is going to, because it caches it all on your hard drive.
Okay.
That's a possibility. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Mr. Postile says it's just Pornhub messing with you.
Yeah, definitely that tab's not up.
Yeah, you hide that tab before the stream.
Yeah, I close that one before I go on. I have a few things.
Cyrus is piling on too.
I'll catch up in a second. I got so many things. Oh, look, error while recording. Users. As long as I stay live, I don't really care about the recording. But if it crashes my computer, you guys know why. Now I dumped everything. All right. So also there was a rollout poster. This is Maria still. There is a 3D printed little. Can you see that? It is not flat.
Barely, but yes. Yeah, it's like raised artwork.
Yes. We got all the foam pieces that are, make the everything fit in the box perfectly that I'm probably never going to get back in there now. This was the game cart, nothing special about that. But this, we've got overlays, although they weren't your typical overlays. There's the cart sticker that wasn't applied. You've got overlays, but they're more like the card stock. There's several of them. And then there was a Good Deal Games, Homebrew Heaven business card.
So you got your copy from Good Deal Games. I got my Norseman from Good Deal Games.
And
that's probably why I have it.
And this is a very nice book. So I don't know if you guys can tell, this is quite thick here. And it might be in 2 languages. Yes, so it's about half that thickness if you, well, maybe it's all. Yes, one side English, there's another language on the other side, but it is a very nice book. Lots of nice colored pages in this thing. And there's a lot to the release. And I like seeing all that stuff. I like showing it off. Do I sit there and use it all the time? Of course not, but it is stuff that I like to have. That's going to be fun piecing back together. You got another one ready or?
Yeah, we can stick on the theme of Cote Gamers. I showed, obviously, the helmet, but the cartridge for Norseman also had, because it's a 3D printed cartridge, they were able to inset the icon or the sprite for the helmet in there.
I like that.
I really like that. And in general, I'm not the biggest fan. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of 3D printed stuff like cartridges, but it is a really good 3D print. You don't see a lot of lines. It is a filament print, but you don't see much. It's very well done.
High quality piece.
Yeah. And so, yeah, you had the helmet. You also had the poster of the box art. Is
that the one that had the poster has something on the back too? The instructions?
On this side, it's the full box art. On the other side, it's without Norseman. And then you have, because they wrote music, or they had music for the title screen, so they had the music. And on the back of that is the concept art for the box art.
Nice.
Which is really nice. My Norseman. So, if I'm not mistaken, it was a while since I've gotten this, but I believe that came separate and I had to put the label on myself. I think that's why Kurt's saying that his Norseman didn't have the label on the front of the cartridge. It may be somewhere in your box. I could be wrong, but I think that was the case.
Mine was in the box as well. It was not on the cart.
Yeah. All these little collector cards, much like what you had in Maria. So it's like, here's which is it? The Power of He-Man. Came out in 1983. It's one player by Mattel. It's an action game, and then a couple. So this is, I believe, these are kind of postcards based on pages from one of their books. And like we were talking about earlier, this beautifully perfect bound booklet. We'll call it a booklet. It's not a pamphlet. It's not a regular manual, but it's got the history of the game, the making of. So when they were kind of plotting stuff out, even some of the programming. This game was programmed by Carlos Madruga, who we all know and love. So obviously it's got his stuff in here. And also, especially being Canadian, this is very common for us. You've got the English, and you flip it over and you read it from this end, and you got the French. So,
all right, let's catch up on chat here really quick because I'm getting way behind again. Yundir, welcome. The box with the patch. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. That looks like a magical box. Yeah, I'm definitely behind again. Not sure if it's on topic, but I would love to see Tempest be made for the Intellivision. I'm always up for another Intellivision game, especially when it's something like that hasn't been done and that was iconic game. Marbsman, it is possible to do this with I'm not even familiar with Scanavo. It would be
Scanavo, they make steelbooks.
Yeah, bigger, but it would have to have design, the insert to hold the cartridge. Yeah, that all might be a bit too much for
the startup cost for that is where all the money would be. Like you'd probably get a steel box for less than $5 per steel box. But
once you got
it'd be like, here's $2,000 to set up the tooling.
Yeah.
And
so a lot of things would be easier or different if I was like a regular publisher and I wanted to start getting all these things rolling and, certain things where you could have a lot of things made and your logo from, the publisher, like whether it be Intellivision Revolution or Intellivision Collector, then they could buy in bulk and put things in all the games or a lot of the games. Whereas me, this is a one-off. So I'm not sure that kind of stuff, that would definitely jack up the price.
So, but it's the same. It's like Marlsman says, it is the same for like your cardboard stuff. The die, you have to pay for the die to cut it and fold it. So if you're making a special edition and can talk William or Luke into allowing you to use their box manufacturing. That'll save you a lot of money.
Yep, definitely. Cyrus says the disc would be great for Tempest. I agree. Just like a game we're going to get into in a little bit. I've played it earlier, last year, Time Pilot. I love the disc on that. I think it would be great on Tempest well if it was programmed well. Poe says, nice, Roger. That would be sweet. Marbs Man Box, I sure would love to show off my CE, LE, SE for Xbox. I have some crazy stuff. You do. You have a lot of cool stuff for Xbox. I have an insane amount for a regular player because I never collected it, but you have an amazing Xbox collection. Jesse, it means your main drive with your OS on
this
is running well.
Okay. Stuff.
That's weird. I should have tons of space. I just recently, so last week, whenever I was gone for my anniversary, I don't think I told anyone. It didn't come until Tuesday, and I had a recorded show, had everything ready to go. My Mac ran out of space. All this stuff takes an enormous amount of space, and I had to clear it all out. And then I had to code the video. It wouldn't work. I had way more space than I needed. I kept trying, and finally I had to give up. My wife was getting pissed because it was our anniversary, and I was able to come home the next day, mess with it a bunch more, remove more stuff, restart the computer. I was about ready to take off iMovie and put it back on, and I finally switched things out, redid the whole movie or the show, and then it finally worked. But before it worked the first time, it did about a third of the way in, and then the video would just be frozen. Nothing worked. So it was only like a third of the size. So it encoded, had errors, and I messed with it a little bit more, and I finally got it to work. So that was why the episode, the recorded one on my anniversary, did not show up on Monday at 5:30. I just kept trying, though. I finally had to give up. But
video production is tough, especially if you're not doing it all the time and you don't have iMovie is not the way to make YouTube videos.
No, I just do it for simple things, clipping, adding a few pieces in. I don't do anything extravagant. So, but the size it takes whenever it does, I try to do the good stuff, but and I have a lot of space, believe me, and it's just because I save everything, so it fills up quick.
I do too. I archive them on an external hard drive. I have got like 200 gigs left on my 12 terabyte drive of 2 years of YouTube.
I've got big SanDisk drives, and the hard drive's pretty big. I need to get a few more of those and a really big one. Yep, Meanser drive. Yep, I'll have to check into that. As long as it doesn't shut off, I'm all good. I get that message all the time.
Yeah.
Salvador recently picked up 20-year edition Siberia on Xbox. It's beautiful artwork book with the game disc on the inside of the back cover. Casey's hard drive is filled up with yeah, not really, not so much. Each tab gets cached, running out of space. Oh boy, I'm not too far behind. Let me catch up here. Extra RAM, most post style. This is mostly a family show, yes, but we're not really all the way.
It's less of a family show when Mr. Poststyle's in the chat.
Yeah, that's on anyone's channel. What's up, Pierre? Good to see you. Yeah, Intellivision Gamer, he's for effing families. For the most part, yes. Not sure on your browser. Yeah, more stuff about that. Am I going to get a virus watching this Intellivision? I hope not. Depends on the family. Let's see. Not a lot of kiddos into Intellivision. My kids do like it. They do watch me. So I might get questions like, what was that? They don't always watch, but sometimes they do. Cool helmet card. I like that. Yeah, boy, we are behind. There's not too many more comments, though. I really like that inside the cart with the helmet. And you can take.
Nice.
You can take
have one.
Huh? Yeah, but I haven't. I don't think I've pulled it out. You could take like the ship and the game we were talking about earlier and put that into the cart. I mean, that would look sweet.
Well, of course you haven't pulled it out. It's a family show.
Yeah, no, definitely none of that. That's a good example of a good 3D print. Kurt Bradshaw, my Norseman, didn't have a label on the front. It's inside there somewhere. Look in the manual. Mine was, unless they somehow missed it. It should have been in there. Carlos is awesome. I agree. He's definitely one of the best. Metal Torso, welcome, welcome. Always like that. Thank you. You humble. Yeah, you guys got to go check out Marsman. Just watch a video. There's a few on there that show his collection. He goes over everything. I watched it, I don't know, a few weeks ago, I think. Man, it's awesome. Use a Mac, then I wouldn't. Yeah, this is a Mac. I have both, but I use a Mac for, all of this YouTube stuff. Adobe Premiere, I actually have it. I have a lot of nice software.
You should teach yourself Premiere.
Use it.
Believe it or not, even though it is not a editing program, strictly speaking, I use After Effects, but that's because my career, I work in film and television, and I've been using After Effects for 25 years. I know it like the back of my hand. I edit all my videos in After Effects.
And that's really what it comes down to. If you know how to use it and you
know,
can do what needs to be done. If I go in there and try using Premiere right now, I'm going to have all kinds of weird stuff, and it's going to take me forever. I mostly am doing simple things because, I'm doing simple gameplay videos in OBS, and I don't really have to edit, and I'm doing live shows. It's very rare that I'm actually doing some kind of editing. So for me, iMovie works until I get some time to learn Premiere, but that's the goal. Big Block, what's going on? Thanks for coming in. We are talking about special edition extras, and after this, we're going to have the rest of the show. We're going to wrap this up in a few minutes because I know Mike has to get going in a bit.
I got to edit this week's intro.
Yeah, those intros are important.
I did pull the helmet out a couple times.
Mike has pulled out the helmet.
The one from here.
I use an older version of Vegas Studio 2018, does what I need. That's really what it comes down to, like I said. If it does what you need and you know how to use it, knowing how to use it's king. Oop, missed one here. I was only able to afford the 2 4-terabyte spinners. I put in.
They're all talking about what is it, NAS?
The NAS.
Yeah.
I had a bad experience with that. I didn't lose, but I lost all my organized pictures. I did have them on other things. So it was a Western Digital, and it was a known issue. It happened to many people. It just got wiped clean. I still need to look about taking it in somewhere, but I got wiped clean, and it was very disheartening. It was not open to the internet, but apparently it was just enough. Tim, Sibling Rivalry, another one that you got to check out. Playing
Adobe. I've been using Adobe since '94. I'm not skipping Adobe. I am set in my way.
Now, here's a channel we both love.
And you know what? I would like to say publicly on the Intellivision Gamer Show here, congratulations, AJ, on beating Dungeons of Daggeroth. At long last, I was so proud of you. I laughed, I cried, it moved me. Great video series. Make sure to go check them out.
Now, I watch almost everything, but I'm not going to lie. I did not watch all of those marathons for that game.
Oh, I know. They called you out, because they were 2-hour videos, and an hour and a half in, AJ kept saying, Mike's the only one still watching. And then she would say things. It's like, she's like, Amy, if you're still watching, say this. Casey, if you're still watching, say this. No comments for you guys.
15 hours total. Is it my go? It's my go, right? For the next one?
It's your go.
All right. So I've got one more here. Oops, trying to switch us around. I was trying to do that. So you guys all probably have seen this version of Ghostbusters. This was a cool big box. It had a lot of stuff printed on the inside. It had that magnetic closure, which was really cool.
So far as packaging and presentation, they rocked it. I can't ding anything on that.
So this is a lit cart, and I still haven't stuck mine in yet, but you can see it's protruding out of the cartridge. Mike?
You still haven't stuck it in, but it is protruding.
So here was a card which has different information on it. There were overlay cards, which aren't the type you would use. They're just type to look at and collect. And, that just a little bit of examples of some of the different things that I've seen and some of the games that stood out for me. Do you have more still, Mike?
I mean, I won't really go through the whole thing, but the Casey's Escape came with little googly-eyed muncher and some Tic Tacs to be power pellets. Yeah,
don't eat
and
them.
it also, I showed this earlier, it also had a patch, which is really nice. When my face is there, it won't focus, but there you go.
Oh, that what's doing it, your face.
Yeah, it's got like facial recognition. Like it recognizes when there's a face there and it focuses on it, even if it's an ugly one. And last but not least, this isn't special edition, but just something I always thought was really cool. Viking Saga for the Lynx. It's a regular game, but it's over 2 cartridges, a big cart. And kind of fitting with the theme of it, the carts come in a little pouch. And this is something, again, you buy really, really cheap. Like you buy 100 of them for 10 cents each. And put both cartridges in there. It's just a cool little idea. Stuff like that. I like the creative stuff that feels in universe as it was.
Another option, I'm not sure if we talked about, I don't think we did, an autograph. Obviously, I'm not the programmer or anything like that, but autographs on a special edition. Yeah. We talked about, as far as for mine, though, I don't think, I mean, if someone wanted me to sign it, I would, but that's not really a thing for this package. But that's another option that I love. I have like maybe 4 or 5. Like what's the one I just recently got signed? Brian's Man Cave, Napoleonic Wars. He just gives you an option. Obviously, he's selling it and he's the programmer, so that's a cool signature to have. Not someone just putting a thing together. But he's like, do you want a regular version? Do you want a signed? And it's just something that's easy because it doesn't take anything.
And that's added value to whatever. I still have my original tester cart that you can select all the levels for Boulder Dash. And when William first gave that to me, well, he's like, well, you can keep this one. He signed it for me. And it's just something like that is.
Yeah, I like that kind of stuff. From a publisher or, a programmer.
I've been lazy. I still have to mail you this.
Yeah. I forgot about that. When you popped it up there, I'm like, oh, and then you said, like, I still got to mail you that. I'm like, I was going to say, I haven't got mine yet.
Although now Canada Post is on strike, so I'll have to see if it gets to you.
It's funny. I had your card you gave me when I first met you at PRGE. Your business card in my wallet for the longest time. I forgot about it there. I cleaned out my wallet and made room, and you've been on my nightstand forever. I just keep meaning to bring it up here, and finally I did. It's
because you're dreaming of Michelle, isn't it?
No, that was before I saw Michelle.
Oh, okay.
I think it was before you created Michelle. Let me catch up with here. Last thing. That's gonna do it for the discussion on the Homebrew Extras. I really appreciate you coming on. It was great value to have you here, showing things and talking about things. You and I think alike for the most part.
Always fun to chat.
And I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of the show. There's not a whole lot more. And I'm already starving, man. It's like I need to start having a snack before I do these things because I go live about the time I would eat dinner. But I get home and I'm mad dash getting everything ready, and I never end up eating before.
Gotta have a granola bar in the car, man.
But yeah. I sometimes will do that, and then you got to make sure you brush your teeth so you don't want stuff in between your teeth whenever you're going live.
That's true. All right. Well, thank you for having me on. Like I said, always fun chatting with you. Yep. And I'll hop back on after. I'll be in the chat for the rest of the show.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, Mike.
Bye, guys.
All right. Uh-oh, Mike. I hope I didn't kick you out all the way. I just tried to take you off here unless we both kicked it. Catch up on chat here before we get going to the rest of the show. When I have someone on, I like to try to, do it at the beginning so you don't have them just waiting around. I used to do that in the beginning to have them on at the proper time, which you never knew what the proper time was because you didn't know how long all this other stuff was going to take. So now I start off with that person after the intro. It just seems to work out better. Hate self-promoting, but I do enjoy watching you and your sister play. Yes. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. And they're great people too. You know, we see them every year at PRGE, although this year AJ double booked and missed it, but we're hoping to see her again next year. We did get to hang out a lot with Tim, and that's always fun as well. All right, so what do we got here? We've got some news. I've got to move things around. All right, so we've got the Intelliclub. Those packages are shipping. A lot of people have already gotten them. I've seen DJC's video this weekend. Papa Pete posted his unboxing right before the show went live. I've got mine today. And a lot of people that don't do YouTube have already shared pictures with me, posted a few on the different groups. But if you've got one coming, it should be anytime. A lot of them are already in the mail. Obviously, if you're in Canada, they've got that strike going on. It could be delayed. So hopefully it's not too long. Hopefully they don't squash any of them. I sent something in your PMs, Facebook a bit later. Okay, I will check it as soon as I'm off. I have it set where nothing, well, actually some stuff has been beeping. I don't know if you guys can hear that because I have something set to show and all my PMs are sitting there, which I normally don't have that on. So that must be what that is. Pierre says, I didn't receive mine yet. You should be shortly. I know the bulk of them went out. It just depends on how long it takes for him to get to you. There are obviously he's not going to be able to do all those in one wave, but the first wave is done. I believe there's more very soon. Sean says his will be here Thursday. All right, news. What am I not doing here? Oh, that's what's going on. I have to switch over. Give me 1 second here, guys. Something to do maybe with what happened earlier because my stuff was not on there properly. So now we've got the news up. We also have got OpCode games. And where did I have that? Man, I'm all screwed up. I had that right here in the news. Where are we at here? All right, so here we go. We've got the 3 games from OpCode Games. Those are getting really close to shipping out. He did reach out to me for, you know, what I thought on some stuff. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about that. It was just my opinion, but hopefully he goes with the one that I liked. These 3 games are very close to shipping, very close. As soon as he gets out all of, I think it's season 2 for ColecoVision, which I am going to unbox that on the Retro Gamer. I did get that as well today. So I got the Intelliclub 2023 today, and I got OpCode Season 2 today for ColecoVision. After all those are shipped, you are going to start seeing your Intellivision games delivered to all the people that ordered them. Now, I put a link in the description. If you don't know what I'm talking about, all of these games over here are still available for purchase. We've got Naughty Boy, the Goonies special edition version, and Exerion. I'd say Exerion's my favorite, Naughty Boy's second, and Goonies is last, not because it's not a good game, because it is an enhanced version of one that I already have. I do like the game, doesn't mean that, but Exerion was my favorite. I first played it at PRGE the year before, 2023, and I really liked it. It was something different, and I had never played Exerion or Naughty Boy before. So the link in the description to OpCode Facebook group and where you can order these games. You can order 1, 2, or all of them, whatever you want. Make sure to check it out. He does phenomenal packaging. Those boxes, if you haven't seen them, they're much like a smaller version of the Ghostbusters where they've got that magnetic latch, and I really like it. They had an issue for a while with the color. They've got that fixed. Let me head back over here. Got to catch up and chat. Not too much here. I ordered Goonies, even though I already have Collector Vision's Goon Enough, and I had most of the cast of the Goonies sign it. That is awesome. I don't have any signatures available for that one. That is awesome. All right. So what else we got here? We have Facebook group challenge. So let's go ahead. Going back and forth. Got to get a little better version of this. Let's hope it's up there. All right. It is. Sweet. All right, so this was auto racing, and there is what he was talking about. Let me get over there and take these off. Oh, it's still there. I don't even know where the heck that is. It's showing there. Let's take all these off. Otherwise, you guys are going to read all my... No, don't do that. All right, so this week was auto racing, and I'm so bummed. I literally was so busy, I couldn't even get up here to play a few minutes of auto racing, and I really... That is still there. What the heck? I have no clue why that is still showing there, Jesse. Let me try off and on. 1 second here, guys. Oh, great. Now we did that. Oh, that's what I get for messing with it, I guess. I have no clue why that is that size. Oh boy, lovely. Let's see if it's visible. Still should be. All right. So we had auto racing. We had Angelo 237. Now I don't know. I don't know if there's some track cutting that's been involved in this. If it was allowed, I don't know. Maybe if Rick's still here, he can tell us. That's really fast. I don't know how you do that. Second place was Romain at 320, Rick Weidman 333, Kurt Kietsky 416, and Jason Loeffel Holtz 434. DJ Forster participation. This was a certain one challenge. What is it? It doesn't say on here. There was a certain track. I want to say it was 5. Yeah, no, Roger, those won't ever pop up on mine. No, none of that. Didn't you want that to be seen publicly? I didn't mean to. It was stuck there. I had already removed it, and it was still there. All top 3 are cuts. Okay, including yours. Okay. You can only do shortcuts on track 5. I thought that's what it was, but auto racing. I thought I would see DJC. Maybe he didn't have time with all the stuff he was doing. Got the pumpkin bakery stuff on here still. I thought he might play. I wanted to play. I love auto racing, but I didn't make it. So what are you guys playing this week? We'll get that off there. Too many windows. Too many windows. All right, so next up, I want to show you guys something. I didn't know. You kind of got a sneak peek of it last week when I was doing the unboxing mail call from Harvey, and I was showing you the RTO flash. I popped this up. I'm like, in my head, I'm going, what is that? I don't recall that. So this is a prototype version of his upcoming complete in box game that basically is like 3 smaller games in one package. And we're going to show it to you guys. And we are going to have Harvey on. As I stated earlier, we're going to have Harvey on in 2 more weeks. And we're going to go in a little more detail about this. I just want to show it to you guys quickly. And then in 2 weeks, when we have Harvey on, we will go into it a lot deeper. All right. You guys should be hearing that okay, I hope. This is Zigzag Zip Zap. So there is 3 games. Zigzag, Zip, which was cart tag on the mini contest, and then Zap. So let's go ahead and try all 3 of them really quick here. Okay, so what I have to do is get to one side and then go back to the other side without getting touched here. And I believe the quicker you can do it, the more points. And I'll show you what happens when you touch. It just takes away points. Now, I just tried this briefly before going on. I'm not sure if there's different parts to this, if it keeps getting harder as you get higher points. But here is the mini game on this one. I want to flash you guys with the screen. All right, so Zip, which most of us are going to know, that was called Cart Tag. I'm not sure yet. Like I said, I haven't gotten into this. Oh, one and random. We'll do standard. So Harvey's going to tell us all about this upcoming game whenever we have him on. We're going to talk about everything he does with Intellivision, all the different products he works on. We're going to do like a smaller interview because we are going to spend a lot of time talking about all the different products he does. And we are also going to touch on a little more brief, but we're going to touch on the non-Intellivision items that he does. Hopefully you guys hear that. You might not, in fact, because I'm going through OBS. I forgot about that. This is going to be super loud. I hope I don't forget to turn it down. So you guys remember, hopefully, playing this in the Tiny Contest. It gets really hard. So there is that one. Again, I don't want to flash you guys. All right, so now we've got Zap. Hopefully that buzz isn't coming through. So Zap is a game where you're going back and forth. I'm not really sure if there's anything else. We'll play again whenever we have Harvey on and he can tell us all about the games. I always love hearing all the details from the programmer or publisher. So that is it for that one. Like I said, we'll get more into it once we have Harvey on. So it took me like a day to figure out what that was. And then I'm like, crap, was I supposed to show that? Because I didn't know it was in there. So next up we have, I'm reading the wrong part. We have the game event that I went to last Saturday. Let's catch up on chat real quick before I do it. Frogbog. Okay. Frogbog. And you had 350 without any cuts. Jeff, you were the one that I really wanted to play. Model racing time isn't listed because I'm still trying to finish the track. I think I tagged you in it. Did I tag you in it or did I send you the link? I can't even remember, but I had to do it. I had to. He uses the Mac for YouTube because he uses the PC. No. Volume's good. Okay. Cart tag is great. Yeah, I really like the cart tag. I stopped tracking that. I can't remember where we went. I do still have all the information though. I'll have to go back and look. So I went to a game event. It was basically a local store about 30 minutes away. So not really local, but my wife told me about it because one of her coworkers is a younger guy and he's into gaming and he knew about it. Some of his friends were going to be vendors. So there are some just straight up local vendors. I found out one of the vendors there was a new store owner, a retro gaming store. It might not be retro, could just be gaming, but a lot of retro. I met him, talked to him for a while. We're going to go check out a store. I'll do a little quick video and talk about that and show some pictures once we do that. I would say there was like 20 vendors. They had everything, from semi-retro. I only found one Intellivision game, and whenever I do the short video, I'll show it on a future episode, and I'll show you all that stuff. There was a lot of NES, Super Nintendo. There was a lot of Xbox, PlayStation 2 and 3. Again, this was not a retro event, just a gaming event, but there was a lot of retro stuff there, a lot of cool items. I met a lot of cool people. A lot of these vendors I talked to and asked, since they're pretty local, they're only about an hour away from where SAC Gamers Expo is going to be in December, and a lot of them will be there as well. They will bring more stuff. They kind of had a limited space there because they were in a local store. They said they have a lot of retro stuff, but the buyers aren't as, plentiful for that stuff. But I asked for it, and they said they're going to bring more stuff. So I look forward to showing you guys all that. We stayed there maybe an hour and a half. I had my wife. I don't have any water. I had my wife and my 2 kids there, so I had to buy some extra goodies, you know, some plushies and different things. The kids liked walking around, the wife a little bit. She couldn't say too much, though, because she's the one that told me about it, and we just wanted to all go together. So since it was a small event. But again, I do have some pictures. I'll make a little video about that, and I'll put it out with links, and then I'll show it on one of the future shows. Burger Time Special Edition. So here's another cool item. Let me make sure I'm popping up the right thing here. Present. Share screen. And where'd it go? And I lost it. Here we go. Oh, it's too many windows, too many windows. And other people, I need to get off this. It's on my personal. So I get a lot of messages on the personal. As soon as I show this, I'll be able to close it. Chrome tab, window, where is... Here we go. All right, so this is a special edition of Burger Time. And, you know, this is the regular game. Let me pop it up here. So it is Burger Time Special Edition, a big box, limited to 75 copies. It's got a 3D shell, which I'll show you in a second. You can probably see it there. 4 overlays, 2 Italian books. If you remember the stuff I showed you, I have English and Italian books, and those are a part of this one as well. It is the same game exactly as published in the 80s. It's 100 euros plus 13 in Italy and 28 worldwide. Here is what you get. Let me make sure this is looking right on there. Okay, good. So this is the cart. It lights up. Here is the complete package. You've got that nice big box. You've got a couple of the booklets, which now that I see, I didn't pay attention before. They are different for this package. It looks like to be a sticker, a custom 3D printed cart that lights up, and you've got 4 overlays, 2 different types. I already pre-ordered mine. I've got number 4. So I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to ship the beginning in the next year. There was another thing I wanted to talk about, and I don't have. Let me bring up the website really quick because I can show you guys that part. It is, maybe you guys are familiar with it. I wasn't. It is AtariRepairParts.com. Let me bring that back up here. Share screen. All right, so I'm new to this. I've never been here. You've got a store. You've got Intellivision parts, Atari parts. This is the new one. So they've got a few different items. I thought it was cool to check out. You know, you have these keypad overlays. You have a disc, RF replacement, which that's not really a big deal. You've got the disc springs. So if you're looking for those parts, I'm assuming they might be getting other things as well because these are new items. And I put the link in the description, I believe. If not, I will get it there. Dot number 1. Well, I don't think I could get number 1 from Dino, but I requested number 4 long ago. So it all stems back to the really early versions of homebrew games. I had number 4 of Fortress, and I can't even remember the other game. And then I also got a special edition of another one of the versions of Fortress. And back then, if you were one of the regulars and you had the number, you kind of could lock your number where you could get that number on another homebrew that they released if that was your number. And so I still kind of gravitate towards 4. A lot of them aren't numbered anymore, but I do like number 4. Jesse says, I've ordered quite a bit from there since I first learned of them over a year ago. I just barely learned about them when they posted in the groups that they had Intellivision replacement parts, and I know a lot of people look for that stuff. The controller disc is nice since it has the circular pattern on it. I haven't tried one, but I'm definitely going to place an order just so I can show them off. Plus, I like to support anyone that makes Intellivision stuff. I love Atari parts. I got their 5200 repair kit 2 years ago. Still need to make a video. I feel your pain, Mike, and I totally get it. Believe me. Mike's Gaming Gala, I've rebuilt quite a few 5200 controllers with their kit. Wonderful for the price. That's awesome. I do have some of those controllers. I've never messed with rebuilding anything. Yes, you better get on that. I want to watch it. So that was all the news I had. Again, a lot of cool stuff and some just new stuff. I like kind of, if I see something, I'll be at work or at home, I pop it on for that week's show, and I try to bring up information or pictures and tell you about it. I try to get the links. I'm horrible at that. If I don't get them in before the show, it's really hard because, like, when the show's over and I go downstairs, I eat, I help get the kids ready for bed. I'm visiting with my family. I need to kind of get I play cards on break at work with a guy. He's #1 in seniority. He's going to be retiring in May, supposedly. So when that happens, you're going to see a lot more things getting done because I'm going to be doing these things on my breaks and lunches. Whereas now I play cards with my friends and coworkers. But pretty soon it's going to all go to show work while I'm working. My breaks are going to be YouTube work. All right, so let's go ahead and show you some cool stuff because let me tell you, I got some cool stuff. So now we're heading into mail call. I don't want to open the cool stuff first. Oh, this is cool, but it's not Intellivision related, but I want to show you guys anyway because one of my Intellivision buddies, Brad, is how I got it. So he sent me a message after I was doing some homebrew games on the Retro Gamer, and he says, hey, this is coming in from, out of the country, but we can get the same shipping. Do you want to split it? And I was like, absolutely. So you guys all know the game Hero. This is an Odyssey 2 version, and it looks really good for an Odyssey 2 game. And if you guys want to check out a video, I'm hoping within the next few weeks on the Retro Gamer channel, I'm going to put this one up while it's new, and I have it. I do have a bunch of games ready to go, but I think I'm going to put this one towards the front. I'm mostly down to showing just Intellivision items here, but I am going to show you guys a video that I make for the other channel. So this was a shirt I ordered a while ago. I had to get a one size bigger because I was a little smaller when I got my first shirt. This is Intellivision Dude's merch. And I have extra large. I had to get a 2X. I still fit in the extra large, but I don't like it when the shirts are all tight on me. So next up, we got the new issue of Retro Gamer. Now, I love this magazine. There's another link I need to stick in there. I love still having books, magazines, physical media, not for everything, but for all my retro stuff, I definitely want physical media. I want to grab onto it. No comments, Mike or Poe. I'm horrible at reading these. I'm thinking I might want to just be collecting them, and once in a while, whenever I can get to them, I'll check it out. But if I can't get to it, I can read them digitally at work. I don't want to take it to work because it's not exactly a clean environment. I work in a factory, and I don't want my magazine to get messed up. But when I can't make them, I need to start reading them because I'm paying a lot of money for those, and I want to at least read them. Which one is this? Okay. So this was something that, yeah, you're going to laugh at me, but I'm going to tell you guys what I did anyway. Oh, great. It's another box. It's a box in a box. Let me catch up here. I know what you're laughing at too. Retro Gamer is my favorite magazine. I love that one. I also get Old School Gamer. That's another good one. And there's several people that I've met and talked to that are a part of that magazine at different game shows, expos. I also, I try to read and support anything like that. I also get Crash Magazine, which is for my buddy TJ Ferreira. It's not his magazine, but I learned of it from him. It's for the Speccy Next. And the new one is the Next Specific Magazine, which he has a regular every issue article that he does. And to be honest, that is the whole reason that I get that magazine. so I can have all his articles in there. So anyway, back to the point. I saw this on eBay. Sometimes I'm working, I'll load eBay. You got to watch Rev's channel for good stuff because a lot of times he doesn't like to tell us. It'll just pop up. And when I see it, I try to let everyone know, help them out. So, you know, some of our Intellivision collector friends can grab it. But so anyway, I'm looking at this. I'm like, wow, that is really mint. Look, it's got everything. And I just saw the price and clicked buy. It gets here and I'm like, oh boy, I knew exactly what I did. There is no unit in this thing. So I've done that before in the past. That's how I knew what would happen as soon as I picked it up. But let me show it to you because it is a really nice version. So this is a really nice system changer box. I have I think I have 4 of them. 2 of them are in pretty bad shape. This has all of the paperwork in mint condition, everything. It looks like it wasn't even touched. Let me see if I can pop it out here and show you guys. So all of the included paperwork and items are there. The box is in great shape. So I paid more than I would have, but I thought I was getting a good deal because it was a quick buy now that had just been listed. And I bought a very expensive box and collector piece. But I've got it, so I'm not going to cry over it now. All right. So this is a rare homebrew. So I actually got this. I think I didn't see it till right after the show. This is a rare version of Fortress. This is Intellivision. I have the LTO version. That's one of 4 versions. I had the previous 3. The LTO didn't exist yet for me, but now I have 2 of the 4 versions. I'm very happy to get this. I feel like I got a fair price on it. If it went to auction, it might have went a little higher. You never know. It only takes 2 people, and I'm usually one of those people. Rev, please don't pop it out and show us. This is a family show. Don't worry, buddy. I got some pics. I'll send them to your phone. Privates. Nice. Mine doesn't have a box. Yeah, that's a nice box. And all the paperwork, pristine condition. I'm not too mad that I got an empty one for the price I paid, but yes, Michael, I need that one. I need that one. Yes, I need the Philly Classic and the non-Philly Classic white box. Those are the 2 that I need. So next up, I know you guys have all seen it. I'm not going to show the address. So we're going to get into Intelliclub 2023. I hope I don't drop things. I hope that's not too loud for you guys. There's stuff there. All right. So here we have this amazing magazine, Intelliclub magazine. Now this is the only Intelliclub that's going to happen as far as I've been told by Rev, but the magazine is going to live on, and this is a really cool magazine. We've got lots of articles and different things, and that was Mike's Gaming Gala, you see there, and that was John Hancock. Carlos Madruga is on page 1. You've got all the games on the inside cover with information about there and a table of contents. Who else is in here? I know there's some interesting people in here. We've got all the games. We've got random cheat codes from Papa Pete. Bifocals. I gotta move my head up and down like this. Intellivision game development by Oscar Toledo G. I can't wait to read that. And look at this. Look at that guy. I recognize that guy. I was interviewed for this small article there. Who else is here? Intellivision Fact, talking all about that website, which is an amazing website. Papa Pete everywhere. Here's Brian's Man Cave. Another interview. Here we have some of C-Mart's collection, a lot of the different consoles. And Intellivision collector ad. That's really cool to see. All right, so I can't show that one. So there's a paper in here to show you where to get your ROMs. We're obviously not doing that. Here is my Intelliclub 2020 Intelliclub Pro 2023 Intellivision Revolution card. Here is a holographic sticker, Intellivision console. All right, we're almost to the good stuff here. I love Rev's catalogs. 2023 Intelliclub Pro catalog. Special version for the club. I need to catch up on chat before it. I already sent you some pics. Oh, great. I'll have something to check out whenever I'm eating dinner. Need is such a strong word, but it's very valid for me, Mike. I think about these things very much a lot of the time. C-Mart! How many pictures of systems are in there? Quite a bit, C-Mart, quite a bit. I believe, did they all come from you? Yes, that was the immortal John Hancock. David says, is there a way to get the Intelliclub magazine? That's going to be, Rev, are any of the Intelliclub magazines going to be for sale from the first one or just moving forward? Yes, C-Mart has a nice spread. Probably one of the nicest spreads around, I would say. That guy has more hair there. All right, so let's get to the games. We're going to Antarctic Tales Enhanced Edition. So a lot of us already have Antarctic Tales. This is the Enhanced Edition. Gameplay videos definitely coming soon. Grail of the Gods. I have played these games for you early on, showed you all of them, as a few other people as well. Papa Pete has some great videos also. DJC just played Grail of Gods today. My favorite game of this group, Time Pilot. I love this game. The disc works so well with this game. It is amazing what you can do with a disc in Time Pilot. It's so well done. So well done. Let me make sure I'm all caught up here. Grail has an awesome box. Looking forward to playing that one. Yeah, Grail is fun to play as well. I like all the games. You know, you've mostly played Antarctic Tales Enhanced Edition. If you played the first one, you want me to open the game. Oh boy, did you stick something in there? I don't fall for that like Pete. I look before I show. All right, so here we go. Time Pilot. There is the cart. I'm going to make a big old mess, Rev. Here is the manual. Nice color manual. All the information you need. It is 6 pages long. And the overlays are stuck. I'm going to have to go in from the back side. Here is the Time Pilot overlay. All right, nothing in that one. Nothing in that one. We're safe so far. All right, Grail of the Gods. Yeah. So if you're lucky like Pete, you have a sister that lives right on the other side of the border. And that's where he sends a lot of his stuff, so he can just pop down and grab it. And it's a lot cheaper shipping, too. And in this case, with a strike going on, oh, good. Nothing in this one, I don't think. Here is Grail of the Gods cart. Hopefully no painted labels were destroyed in this one, Rev. C-Mart says, oh, I tried to click it. Always like Time Pilot. Rev enough with this one-time club thing. It's time for a 2025 club. A lot of people agree. A lot of people agree. Just don't call it 2026 club. Give you plenty of time. All right, and here is the manual. I knew you were going to comment about that one. Nice manual as well. Oh, I've made quite a mess up here. This is the biggest part why I come up and organize the room a little bit, because I make a huge mess showing everyone all this stuff. Going from the backside. Notice how he said that like he's done it a lot. Hotel Bunny Big Box Club 2025 confirmed. I don't think anyone's surprised, Rev. I would buy that, as would C-Mart. He would be in for the usual 2. Hey, no surprises. All right, here is the cart for Antarctic Tales Enhanced Edition. Voice cracking. Here is the color manual. Nice screenshots in here. Well done manual, as always. Here is one of the overlays. No special items in there. I'm surprised, especially once you told me to open them. So lots of cool goodies. I can't wait to get into the magazine. Read all the different ones. I've heard about them for quite a while and just had to wait for that thing to come out. So I've got one more video. I want to show you guys what the Retro Gamer picked up. Since I don't do the videos on here. Steelbook, yes. Yes, Steelbook, yes. Hotel Bunny 2 should be a featured game in the next club. And you could actually, I don't mind the game at all. My wife likes it. You could have more added to the game. You could make that a more full game, more levels, more items, things. I wouldn't mind buying that at all. I don't know what other people think, but I wouldn't mind a timing game. I like timing games. Even though I'm getting older and timing's a little off at times when it's really fast, I still enjoy them. All right, so let's check out what the Intellivision or the Retro Gamer has purchased. Okay, so first up, this is really weird seeing 2 of me. Wonder if I could do that. I grabbed another shirt. I'm right in that in-between size where extra large is a little bit too snug, 2X is too big, but we've got a Pac-Man Ghost shirt, red eyeballs. Next up, same package from Amazon. I believe this was just a larger size of the other shirt. I currently have an XL. It's a tad snug. So I have a Super Mario shirt. Super Mario is my favorite franchise of all time. All right, what do we have in here? Oh, yes. So I saw this come up recently. I had to get one. I'm going to try it out with the kids, see what they think. I might get them each one. I picked up Alarmo. I've seen a little bit about it online. I thought it was a pretty cool thing, so we'll check it out. We'll probably make a video on it as well. All right, a couple more things here. This one I'm really excited for. I love homebrews. I have a lot of homebrews for Intellivision. You can see their, where are we at here? These 2 shelving units all the way top to bottom, full of Intellivision homebrews. But I do buy a lot of homebrews for Atari 2600, Odyssey 2. I have a few NES homebrews. I have a few for the Specky. So these are from Tim Duarte. These are all Odyssey 2 homebrews. Here we have Spaceman Splorf, Planet of Doom from Pondsoft UK. Pipe Down. Typical Odyssey looking box, even though it doesn't have the exclamation point and the name. Robot Ron. Looking forward to that. I believe this piece goes with Robot Ron. It is a coupler from 8-Bit Widgets. Let me see if I can get it open here. There it is. I believe that's for Robot Ron. I could be wrong. Here we have Pickaxe Santa. And these will all be in the pipeline. I will have gameplay videos on all of these. One-on-one basketball. Grim Reaper Pete. Again, that typical I love Odyssey 2 box. This one is the Horrible Ghosts of Uranus. Curious what that one's like. Alright, so this next one I've had for a little bit, and I've been waiting to unbox it. This is a really cool package. Give me 1 second here. After the first one, you're going to know all about what's in here. Polymega. There's about a good picture of it. Now this is the base unit. I bought I think it was called the Deluxe package. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I ordered this thing years ago. I've been really waiting to try it. I'll do an unboxing video on all these. This is EM02 Super Element Module Set. This is EM03 Mega Element Module Set. Now, if I remember right, these were supposed to be FPGA at first, and they're all emulation now, but I still love this whole package. You can get all different modules. Just pick and choose what you want or get them all. This is EM04, the Turbo Element. And this is EM01, the Power Element Module Set. That's not all. That's all in that box. But this other box, still related. Polymega Universal Wireless Controller. Need a little table over here. There's not enough room up here. Games take it all. This is RC05 Polymega Ultra Retro Controller. Things are hard to see. Here is RC03 Mega Retro Controller. That was a good angle there. RC02 Super Retro Controller. Man, I can't wait to open all these up, show you guys, try them out. RC01 Power Retro Controller. RC04. There's one more piece in here. And of course, the EM05 Ultra Element Module Set. Okay, so first up, one-on-one battle. This is EM. Not enough room up here. RC04. There's one more piece in here. And of course, the EM05 Ultra Element Module Set. All right, so I thought I clicked it off, but I guess it was over. It just kind of pops off there. So to answer CMART, you have the main unit, And then you buy a different module for every different console, you know, like NES, Super Nintendo, TurboGrafx 16. You can buy the consoles you want or buy them all. You know how we do it. So that is a complete set. The deluxe. I also got the N64 when that one came out. I bought a lot of the extra controllers. I am behind a little bit. I need to get some more analog stuff, but yeah, that's a little different. I didn't buy any doubles on that. That stuff's too expensive to be buying doubles. Unless it's Intellivision, then I might. All right, so I got a quick homebrew highlight, but first I want to give a shout out to Rev and all the guys that are having a meeting and watching the show and playing the Zapper game on the Intellivision with the light gun. I got some pictures. He says, "Your Zapper's in my hand." I got to make sure I don't show anything that I shouldn't here. And he said, "My wife is down with the mailman." She might be. They probably see a lot of each other with all the packages that I buy. So the homebrew highlight. Let's do that one real quick. So we've got, I picked an Intellivision Revolution game since the main part of this show was about the club. We've got Donkey Kong 3. This is from Brian's Man Cave. This was released at PRGE this year in late September. Here is the cart. Use my other hand here. There is the manual. Overlay. Nice artwork there. Pretty sure Justin Cheer did all or most of the artwork. So let's go ahead and check it out really quick. I know you guys have all seen Donkey Kong 3. It's nothing new. But I want to show off Brian's version. Oh, that's going to be loud. Smut! Yes. I like how you hold it, Rev. I like how you hold it. Brian's Man Cave. That is my favorite Brian's Man Cave logo that I've seen so far. So we've got options here. You can pick game mode 1 and 2. Music on or off. There's credits. I'd like to go through that, but it takes a little bit. Here we have Donkey Kong 3. How's the volume, guys? Is that too loud? This unfortunately is going through the mic because it's going through OBS first and not StreamYard. Volume's good. Thank you, Mike. I'm not very good at this. I'm a little better at the NES version. Go, get up there. Everything's going away. Almost died right there. I can't remember if I changed it. I want to show you one of the custom levels. So Brian has all of the regular levels in there, but he also made some of his own. Here is one of them. How the heck did that drop? I'm already missing some stuff here. My favorite one is the one with the conveyor belts. I thought that was pretty cool. You know, each time you bounce up, it's going a different direction, kind of throws you off. I always forget that you have to hit a button. Here we go. So here, each time you go up one, you have to hold over now. Oh, and it's a little harder to hit things too. And you go back and forth. It definitely adds an element to it. He's got 2 sets of legs. Graphic glitch right there. Come on, I'm losing stuff. All right, there you have the Homebrew Highlight for this week. Donkey Kong 3. Great addition to all the Donkey Kong games. I know a lot of people had Donkey Kong 3, I guess, but it was one of my first NES games that my sister and I had, and we loved it. I can actually play pretty good on the NES version. I still need to get a little more muscle memory on this version. What else we got here? So I have a quick YouTube video highlight. I wanted to show you guys in case you missed it, and let me pop it up. We're not going to watch the video, but we are going to show it and talk about it really quick. Close the wrong one. You can only share screen once. So we're going to talk about Mike's Gaming Gala and a recent review he had on one of my favorite Intellivision homebrew games, Operation Cloudfire. So Mike has a great review on a great game, and I have a link in the description. You can also find that link if you are new to Mike's Gaming Gala. Definitely give him a sub. He does a lot of Intellivision content along with other homebrews. He does lots of interesting intros, and love them or hate them. It's fun to see. It's unique. I really enjoy all of them. There's certain characters that I'm more fond of than others. He spends a lot of time and a lot of money putting together all these intros, and they all deserve a watch in my book. So here we have Cloudfire. It's a great game. If you don't know about the game, watch videos. We pretty much all have videos on Cloudfire. One of these days, I'm going to start a live session where I'm going to go through and beat the game from start to finish, and we'll just keep having live sessions until I can get it. There are multiple endings to this game. I really, really can't recommend this game enough. So go check out Mike's review. He'll tell you all about it. And, definitely check out his other games as well, because like I said earlier, Mike is really honest and tells it how it is. So if you want to know what a game's like, watch Mike. All right, trying to think if you got anything else that I missed. I don't want to miss anything. Sometimes I go over and I'm done. I'm like, crap, I forgot to talk about that. But that's going to do it. Again, I want to thank Mike for coming on. We're about 2 hours and 7 minutes in. I need to play Cloudfire more. Definitely. It's such a good game. I really enjoyed it. That was one of the ones when we got back from PRGE, and as soon as I got it, I played it until I beat it. And there's not too many games for Intellivision that I just was stuck on, and I had to play it until I beat it. So yeah, definitely go check it out. Mike does great stuff. Thank you, sir. So next week, speaking of Cyrus Super Mega Graphics 64, he does a lot of late night streams. He does all kinds of gaming. Give him a look-see as well. He's going to be on the show next week. So we're going to have 3 guests. We're going to have Chuck, DJC Game Studios. We're going to have Cyrus Super Mega Graphics 64. We're going to have PJ Smith, Retro Mountain Gaming, and myself. We're going to bring back the Wheel Spin Show for another round. It's been about a month to 5 weeks. We're going to play what games are next. We're going to spin the wheel. We're all going to play the game, kind of like a friendly competition. Yeah, like Rick with Carnival. Yeah, Rick plays a lot of Carnival while he's eating Cheez-Its. That's definitely a thing. I've seen him have Cheez-Its. I even asked about it whenever he was doing his fundraiser. Cyrus will be on without pants. As long as he doesn't stand up, I'm okay with that. So next week's going to be fun. We're going to have a short regular show, not too much. And then we are going to do the Wheel Spin Show, have a little friendly competition, playing all the games. I really enjoy that. And it's so much easier and less time consuming. But with that one, guys, that's going to do it for tonight's show. If you haven't already done so, please give the show a like. If you're new here and you like Intellivision content, give me a sub. I'd really appreciate it. And we will see you guys next week for episode 45, the Wheel Spin Show. All right, guys, good night. That's going to do it for this one. Got a little outro video here. Hopefully it...
Rise up, get ready for the reviews and gameplay. He's got it all from classics to new. He stands tall. Interviews and insights. He's on a mission, unleashing the power of retro intuition. He's got the knowledge, the passion untamed. Intelliclub burning with the flame. YouTube's his stage, says brothers unite. Intellivision gamer, he brings the light with the game console.